In part because I am incredibly indecisive, and in part because I love designing enclosures and tanks, I have once again made some changes to my 29-gallon Crested Gecko Hermit Crab combined tank. Now, first and foremost, this combination of animals was something that I wasn't sure about when I first decided to do this, and again, it's going well. Now on to the changes I made. The real driver for most of the changes here was that I wanted to create an environment that more stimulated the climbing instincts of the hermit crabs. They need to have assistance or decor that helps them climb versus the gecko who has the sticky feet. So I wanted to add some things that would help the hermit crabs climb, and additionally I wanted to add some things that would allow them to um, actually engage in interactions with the environment at the top of the enclosure. Thus, after they've climbed, they have more than just the lid of the enclosure to enjoy and look at, and to interact with. So with that in mind, I added what I would call like a pencil or pen storage container. It's a mesh storage basket, plastic. I added that right in the back there. I twist-tied leaves all across the front. It was white and ugly, which is obviously not something I wanted in the enclosure, without it being covered. So that suction cupped onto the glass in the back, and I filled it with some extra shells and Spanish moss. So once the hermit crabs climb to the top of the tank, they actually have something to do. They have a place to walk and change shells and more than just the top of the tank to interact with once they get up there. Also with that in mind, I added a piece of net up front to the left of the piece of cholla wood there. So that, along with the cholla wood, all the vines, the leaves, the cork bark, a net of shells that I have kind of covered by the leaves there, all of this up top now really provides some stimulating and interactive pieces that the hermit crabs can enjoy when they have climbed to the top of the tank. In the back here, you'll see that I have a net now, so the hermit crabs can actually, claw by claw, climb up that. It's kind of a climbing background. That I purchased at Michael's. I believe it was only $5, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. It stretches across most of the back of the tank there. I rearranged some of the plant life. Again, most of this was just to allow the hermits to climb a little bit more. And in fact, right after I made these changes last night, a few of the hermit crabs were up at the top of the enclosure. And in my couple videos ago, I believe, I had added some new shells. They have already stimulated a shell change on one of the crabs. So the crabs are really out and about, and they are enjoying the tank, and that was my goal. Other than that, just to run through the tank one more time, as I've done in previous videos, I've got hides, all sorts of water bowls, food bowls along the bottom. I moved the salt water to the bigger pool because the hermits really love the salt water. That's really their favorite. So they need the fresh, and so does the gecko. I have kept 2 freshwater bowls, but I wanted to give them a little bit more of a saltwater pool to play in versus just the small tan dish that I had in the back. I changed their feeding dish from a shell to the little terracotta saucer, which I thought would be easier to clean and easier for them to access. Other than that, things have remained the same, really. I really do enjoy this tank. I think that having the animals combined has been beneficial. So I think that I will just take the camera off the tripod and move into the tank for a second and just get some close-ups. So in the tank, I don't think I've ever really given any close-ups of this particular tank. You can see the white basket there, for the most part covered in covered in leaves when you step back. A piece of cholla wood here, some nice driftwood with a plant, and then both of the animals in here are nocturnal, so none of the videos are ever especially exciting in that respect. There's a hermit. Here's that shell net I was talking about that was kind of covered by the plant. some sphagnum moss, and Spanish moss up here. This is kind of the forested area. A couple more hides, Crested Gecko dish. This is freshwater. That pool is freshwater, and this is saltwater. Trying that out. Lots of extra shells up here. And then up in the basket here. And some more up in that moss basket. So there you go. That is the tank, and those are the changes I've made. Maybe I will try and get a video of some hermit crabs sometime. Right now I have 11 crabs plus the gecko in this tank, 11 total, 3 Ecuadorians, and 8 purple pinchers. So this is a happy tank, and I am happy with it.